Okay, so your project number 2, which you have a couple months to complete, but I would encourage you to get started as soon as possible, because the sooner you get started, the sooner you can start building in these assignments that are in Canvas and start entering your grades as you get them, so you can kind of get it set, get it started, and the categories built out, and then you can add as we go along, and that'll make it easier at the end. You don't have to do the last steps till it gets closer, but if you can start doing the assignment columns and the names of the assignments and the grades as you get them, that'll make your life so much easier, and you'll know your course grade at any given time. So remember, in Canvas, it is not accurate. It's just the scores that you've received on each assignment, and it's just doing a total points grade, not a weighted average grade. All right, so you have the assignment sheet that is posted in Canvas. I'm going to give you a hard copy of this when I see you next time. So basically, you are going to create an Excel spreadsheet using the grading categories and weights from the syllabus, and calculate your grade without dropping any, and then with, and you're going to create several charts to look at the average in each type of grading assignment. So the directions are going to say that starting with column B, you're actually A and B is going to be for your homework category. C and D is going to be for Excel homework. E and F is going to be for quizzes. G and H is going to be for projects. And I and J will be for unit test. I'm actually going to make that a little bit bigger. These will be all of the homeworks through the whole course. We've only gotten through section 3.1, 3.2 is all that's been assigned. For Excel homeworks, we have just gotten through the only ones that I've assigned to you this far is up to the GPS. We've had 2 quizzes. You already had the sales order form project, and now the second project has been assigned, and you have your first test coming up. So you're going to follow the directions and set up the grading categories. Make sure that you have the type of category, assignment category in row 1, and that you choose a different color for each category. And then you have the 2 columns dedicated to that grading category, one for the name of the assignment and then one for your grade. Very important that your grade doesn't go in just like the score that you see in Canvas. It needs to be scaled to 100. So it says this on the project sheet, but for example, if your homework assignment was worth 15 points and you earned 12 of those points, okay, then you don't put a 12 into this project. You have to do 12 divided by 15, which gives you 0.8 or 80%. So what would go in here is 80. Okay, 12 out of 15 is 80% when it's scaled to 100. So all of these grades have to be scaled to 100. Okay, and everything should be formatted to 2 decimal places. So then you're going to use the average built-in function after you have all assignments to average your grades. You can do that ahead of time. You can see from my example what you're going to need, like as far as spacing concerns. And so you're going to use the average formula. You can see up here is one example to average all the scores in that grading category. And then you're going to compute your weighted average for the class. Follow the directions. It should be formatted just like this with the bold box around the words weighted average, a different color for your actual score. And you're going to need to use the formula from Chapter 2, was on the Chapter 2 quiz. And it's from Chapter 2. You're going to have to use that formula for weighted averages, where you're going to be finding the average of each assignment category, multiplying it times the weight from the rubric, which is right here on the front. So homework is 20%, for example, and then dividing by, depending on how you do it, if you use the percent or the decimal, dividing by the, it should be 100%, and that should give you a weighted average for a class. This is just an example. So these are just made up scores. Okay, so that's what you want to do originally. And then when all of that is entered, then you're going to create a chart that gives the average per assignment type. It's going to be a column chart. You should format it so that it has the assignment type below each column and the average score above each column. Could be whatever color you want. And when you do the Excel homework on budgets in Chapter 4, to create the pie chart in that assignment, you actually create a separate section that's just the information you want for the chart. So that's what I've done here. So again, when you get to that Excel homework from Chapter 4 on budgets, then it'll introduce you to that concept where you just sort of isolate that information that you want. These are the assignment types. These were the averages. And that's the information that I used to get the assignment type. Okay, so after you get this first sheet done, then using the syllabus and like you can drop 4 homeworks, for example, you're going to copy this over. If you right click, move or copy, you can choose copy, and then you can just create a copy. I've already done it, so I'm not going to hit OK, but you would hit OK, and it would make a copy, and then you'll just rename your second sheet, but that'll copy the whole thing over, and then you can just take out the lowest grades that you're allowed to drop: 2 quizzes, 1 Excel homework, 4 homeworks. And if you've done everything right on the first sheet, then once you delete the dropped assignments, it should just re-average your grades, and everything should just give you your new weighted average. And then you're just going to follow the directions to create the stacked bar chart comparing each assignment category before dropping your lowest scores to after. That's not here. This is just copied over. So you're going to be doing a different chart and different chart information here, because we're going to be comparing what you had before you dropped and after. So you'll have to kind of be on your own, show me what you can do for that. This project is due on April 24th by 12:59 p.m. I cannot accept late assignments because it is almost the end of the course. I'm going to need time to grade them all. So you're going to have this turned in on time.